Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the 6th race of the summer season. The track's a little bit moist today, but the sun's beaming down, drying it up as fast as it can before this last chance qualifying goes underway. In this last chance qualifying, these are the people who did not make it into the top 10 positions of their heat races and are now racing to get into the top 4 to make it into the final. That's where the points are.
And it looks like we have people spinning out in top of the world. Someone's stuck, someone's beached. Oh no! They're gonna have to go out and help him. He is beached at top of the world. Look at that. There he is. Yeah, his cart's beached. So, for context, it rained really hard right before leading up to this race. The skies have cleared up, but that track is drenched. And I'm not sure if they're gonna hold the track for him.
Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like we're just gonna get our regular rolling start. It is a rule that they no longer hold the track for people who spin out in the formation lap. But here we go.
Yep, if you spin out, it's on you. But now we go to the flag bearer, who has the green flag, which will start this race. He raises the flag, and the flag's waved, and they're away. They're going to be kicking off in their racing. I'm not sure if they're going to try to go for the 3-wide antics since it is such a wet track, but no. Yeah, I was wrong. It's not 3-wide. It's 4-wide as they go into turn 1 near the back of the pack there. We're going to see if they can come out through there. Just a huge gaggle of karts going right through up into turn 2. People are going to start coming into each other as they find that there's no grip on that inside line. And still they push looking for any position they can. It's the top 4 that you want to be in this LCQ. We got 20 minutes to go into turn 3, these guys go. It looks like they're sorting out their position. From what I can see, it looks like that's a little bit of a parade with some people dropping and gaining positions here and there. But this is the tough corner. Turn 4, huge braking zone. This is where the big mistakes can be made. And it looks like they understand that that's where the big mistakes can... Oh, the mistake was done later. Someone spun out right there. Is that going to lead to a cascade of other mistakes? No, it does not. He rejoins the track somewhat safely, although it looks like someone's off the track a little bit. Huge backup right there behind them, so it's going to be 2 by 2 going through there. But are they going to make that work? They're going to be using each other's side bumpers for grip all throughout that sequence of corners right there. Just a huge S. And it's 3 wide going into bus stop. How are these guys doing this?
They're fighting tooth and nail. The conditions are very tricky out there. It's really slick. I just want to point out the current race leader is Cole, who started in 5th and just rocketed through the field. He got a great start, very opportunistic moves, and by turn 4, he was already in the lead. So really good on Cole to get into first place of this LCQ, carrying the spirit of Michael Schumacher in his tribute helmet. And we'll hope that he could keep it on the track and finish out to make it into the final. But right behind him is someone that I cannot identify. I will get that name for you momentarily. Right behind him is Todd Hutchings, who did not have a very unfortunate heat race. Didn't quite make it, but Todd, normally a finalist, is chasing down Cole for the lead of this LCQ.
Intense battle for first place as Todd takes that inside line and gets past Colin. Just textbook maneuver, taking that inside line, hooking that curb, and finding the grip to make it work.
Yeah, Cole went really deep into turn 4. There's a lot.
Here comes Colin with the return move.
Todd has that momentum. This is just experience at play. Todd is a lot more experienced. Cole is one of the newer racers out here, and Todd just manages to get right on by. So what happened was Cole, he went really deep into turn 4. There is a lot of grip deep into turn 4, but it slows you down if you can't take the inside line, which Todd was able to do, and that just set him up beautifully. Cole tried to fight back into turn 6 and 7, but it's very difficult to do that. You lose a lot of momentum. Todd saw it coming, kept his momentum, and was able to take the lead away. But yeah, there's our top 4 coming down the front straight now. And we'll get those names and gaps because it looks like everything is starting to settle already. The top 4 have peeled away, which is bad news for Colin Flynn, who is currently in 5th. A reminder that you want to be in the top 4 in order to make it to the final, because the top 4 positions of this LCQ move on to the final, where you'll get a good opportunity to score a lot more championship points than you would in this current race here.
We got some 3-wide action going on. This person that I'm following right now went for the inside lunge, but we saw a lot of those moves in the heat, but he was not able to make it work. He lost a lot of his momentum and ends up in the back after making that inside curb wraparound to try to work in turn 1.
By the way, shout out to Trevor for that epic drift outside of turn 1 into turn 2. Don't think I missed that. That was pretty cool. Even if it wasn't very fast, good kart control.
Speaking of interesting moves, someone dives up on the inside of turn 1. He's trying to get that to work, but
That's
he was
William
just
Frazier.
not able to make it work. He goes out a little bit too wide, isn't able to hook it around on the curb, and that overtake is not complete. Meanwhile, the battle with Cole and Sebastian still going on. Cole's still able to hold Sebastian back, but Sebastian's doing a really good job of catching up with him here. He's going to try to get something to work on that inside line.
Got that momentum. He's got that momentum. He's on the inside. Cole tries to defend the inside, which is not what you want to do. They kind of just hold on to each other through that corner, slowing both of them down, but that just lets Sebastian get ahead, and Cole has to back out because he doesn't have the momentum to go side by side into bus stop. So what Cole should have done there was take the momentum outside line into turn 6 so you could get that run back that Todd did on him to steal the lead of the race.
Then we got Cole on the outside line around Sebastian.
Cole on the outside. He's going to have better momentum, but Sebastian knows how to defend the inside. And Sebastian, they're going to be side by side coming out, but the inside line is treacherous. Cole makes it past, but he's on the inside. It's slippy there. Is there more grip?
But he's slightly ahead of him, so he can wash out to the grippier outside line, and Cole claims his second place back from Sebastian, and Sebastian is closer to the 4th place.
That confirms the track is drying up. There's grip on the middle inside line of turn 2. And Cole was able to make that move. If the track was full wet, that would have never worked. So Cole finding the grip, and he took back second place. Really well done by Cole. Oh, we got a battle for third. Coming down the front straight now. This is between Preston on the inside, Sebastian on the outside. Preston's going to have to take that deep inside line. No, he's not. He can take the midline. He backs out. He backs out. Midline doesn't quite have the midline kind of has grip. This track is drying faster than I thought it was. The middle line does have grip, and we have changing track conditions.
All right, and here we have Sebastian and Colin at it again. Colin are on the outside line.
Yeah, Preston is the blue suit with the gray helmet. They have the same exact race suit. But Sebastian, down on the inside, makes the pass, but it looks like Preston's going to have the momentum. Keep the inside. Inside. Is it going to have the grip? We're about to find out. That was almost a racing line, and it doesn't quite have the grip, but there is grip there to make moves in future races. William Frazier in 5th, still in the hunt.
Oh, someone spun out.
Uh-oh.
Who's this?
Oh, yeah, careful. He's almost on the racing line. That's pretty sketchy, but he gets moving.
Yeah, is
that is the lapped traffic. That is the same unfortunate soul that spun himself out in the formation lap. He keeps himself out of the way, and no further incidents.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So Sebastian and
he keeps it on. So the track's drying, but it's still slick. You got to be careful. We got an incident in turn 4.
Oh,
that is Manny and Talon. They got into a scuffle and a wreck, and Manny got the worst of that. So again, he's got the momentum on the inside, but it's
going to back out of it?
Hey, he's not going to back out of it. You kidding?
No.
That was an opportunity. He took it, and now he's on the outside, but there's some grip on the inside. Still on the outside, going into bus stop. Too wide into bus stop, and Preston makes the move into bus stop. But Sebastian is still right behind. Preston finding that grip where there wasn't grip before, and just getting his foot in the door, getting annoying with it, and being determined, making that pass. Giuseppe? Yeah, Giuseppe's coming out, and Todd's just passing him. So, yeah. I don't know how many people Todd has just lapped, but he is killing it. He's on fire. So, yeah, Todd has formally lapped 3 cars, it looks like. Holy moly.
He just has an understanding of the wet track.
I think he was pretty much done. We're just finishing the race at this point. People crossing the line now.
And Todd crosses the line, leading the LCQ. That's a lapped car. That's not second place.
I'm going to pull up that gap.
We'll let you know when second place crosses the line, but Todd with such a huge commanding lead. Laps. So many
second
people.
Place is going through roller coaster now.
Yeah.
Wow. Todd just absolutely destroyed the competition today. Let's see if he can keep that momentum going through the final.
There's Manny crossing the line, not in second place.
Second place. Congratulations, Cole.
Crossing the line in second place.
30
makes it into the final.
Behind Todd.
Preston, third place, makes it into the final, and the final qualifier is Sebastian, who makes it into the final.
Unfortunate for William Frazier, who couldn't quite get in, but it is what it is. Congratulations to our top 4. We will see you in the final.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the final. We have our all 24 racers here for this drying conditions track, although frankly it kind of looks a little bit drier already, and as people are out on their formation lap, they are getting what they need to understand what lines are going to be taken in that first lap squabble. But here they are going in for their rolling start. We have some heaters up in the top 4 today.
Oh, absolutely. On the front row, we're going to have Paulo and Steven Barrett on our front row. Following right behind them is Spencer and Sergey. And right behind them, if you could go... Oh, that's a good zoom. Thank you. It looks like... I think it's Kirk Strong. And next to him is David. David had a really good heat race. But yeah, take it away.
Alright, so they're rolling down the front straight now. 24 racers getting geared up for this rolling start, and they're all going to be starting as soon as this man right here, Colin, waves that green flag that he's got. It's up, and the flag's waved and they're away. We got a pretty quick start here. Someone's already rocketing ahead in the back of the pack there as they're trying to get as many positions as possible. It looks like 5 or 6 wide going into turn 1. That's going to get sorted really quickly in the back there. But up in the front, away from where all that fighting is at, it looks like Paulo got the lead here with Steven following behind. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, Paulo's got the lead. Steven's right behind him, and they're fighting. Also fighting behind them is Sergey and Spencer. Sergey tried to go around the outside of... Spencer got on the outside of Sergey. Didn't quite work. Sergey closed the door. And, woo, really hard braking. Sergey goes deep and maintains his position. Wow!
Really good move there, but yeah, we got the huge kerfuffle in the back there. Everyone's racing hard. This is the final. 3 cars just dancing around, practicing their ballet routines in turn 4 before they rejoin the race. They got 20 minutes to catch back up and get as many points as they can. We have some 2-wide action going into the bus stop all over there, and then at top of the world we have Steven, who's going to be working as hard as he can to try to catch up to Paulo to get that race lead, and then Sergey right behind him, Spencer, and then is that the Rainmeister?
That is the Rainmeister. Unfortunately for him, it stopped raining, but that's not going to stop Scott, the Rainmeister, from doing what he can to maintain or improve his current position, which is really high up the grid. Really good opportunity for him to score a lot of championship points today.
And now across the front straight, where we have a pretty windy day, winds died down a little bit, but the draft is still going to be there. Steven closes in on Paulo in turn 1. And he's going to be learning everything he can from Paulo and trying to take that slightly more optimized line to just get ahead of him and claim that race lead. Steven's really good at lap times. He's struggled with racecraft in the past, but he's hoping that things are a lot better for him now and that he will be able to get that race lead. He's gotten past the lap 1 chaos, so now he can just hone in and focus on this duel that he has with Paulo.
We might see this duel last the whole race. The conditions on the track are drying up ever so slightly, lap by lap. The track is still damp, so you probably can't take a dry line everywhere. But I'm starting to hear tire squeals. It looks like that we may be getting full dry conditions pretty soon. We're gonna have a total shootout between these top racers.
Yeah, the field's starting to get spread out a little bit, as is what happens with drying conditions as people try to figure things out. But once the track becomes wider, if the whole track becomes dry, then we're going to start seeing a lot of battles all across the scene that we normally get with these 24 kart races.
Oh yeah, and I'm seeing a little bit of sliding in the entrance to Light Bulb. It's still slick there, but they're doing really good to keep it on track.
Yeah, the wind hasn't been hitting that part as hard because of that container that's there. But Steven, closer than he was last lap, right behind Paulo.
I really hope these two are going to fight the whole race. That's going to be entertaining to watch. So, update, from 4th place down, Spencer, Scott, David, and Sebastian. Sebastian made his way from the back of the field up to 7th. Wow! I missed that.
That is absolutely insane. Although we did see some 6-wide stuff going on there, so I can see how that could have been possible, especially since he already knew, as you said before, the conditions of the track.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what happens, I almost
That's a round
want
of
to
applause
prematurely
right
give
there.
my driver of the day vote to Sebastian. To make it from the LCQ final position all the way up to 7th in lap 2. That is incredible.
Yep, and then as you watch these races go on, of course, feel free to leave a comment below who you think your driver of the day is. That's a good call to action right there.
Nice. But you totally missed the like, comment, and subscribe as well.
Oh, that's at the end of the video. Well, yeah, that
can
can
do
happen
it
anytime.
now.
You can subscribe now if you wanted
Yeah.
to. But as always, this battle is continuing between Paulo and Steven right here. It looks like that gap hasn't shrunk at all, so it looks like Steven is just downloading Paulo's moveset, looking for when the best time is to get that overtake done and cleanly without possibly sacrificing his own race in the process because of the slightly wet conditions. But he is right on him at the back, on this back straight. Will he try to make a move? I think Paulo might be taking a defensive line. It's hard to tell from this angle.
The top 3 have almost identical lap times. That said, Sergey is catching up to the fighting Paulo and Steven. So we have a podium battle for the podium positions. It's game on for the race win.
That indeed it is.
And it's only lap 3. This is going to get dicey as the wind starts to pick up a little bit. So further updates, there's basically 3 main groups. There's like the leaders, there's a squabble for other positions. Sebastian is basically on fire. He just did a double overtake in double apex.
So
Sebastian, wow. Sebastian's making moves out there. He had so much pace today.
Yeah, so let's focus on Sebastian right now. It looks like Steven is focusing on pushing Paulo to run away from Sergey. I saw him doing the bump drafting there. And there's Sebastian right there leading the 2 carts that are too wide behind him that are resolving their own battle. And Sebastian will be working to take on the Rainmeister.
Yeah, for the record, Sebastian is the one wearing the high-vis clothes. In front of him is Scott in red and Spencer in white. But now Sebastian's on the defensive against David right behind him. David had a really good heat, but he fell back just a little bit, but he's still in those top positions. Right behind David is Ethan Acosta. I got you, Ethan. I didn't forget who you are this time. And I totally didn't have to refer to the timing sheet.
Yeah, we'll never
Definitely
forget.
not.
We'll never forget. Never forget. As Sebastian's now in the middle of these different 2-way battles, although it looks like...
Battle for the lead. Side by side into double apex. Paulo has the inside.
But Steven's going to hold him narrow around the outside of that, but then
And
he's
he
going
has
to
to
have to
tuck
fall
behind.
back into place, going into roller coaster. And then maybe what Steven really needs is just a gust of wind
As the
to
wind
hit.
dies down.
Yeah, the wind dies down pretty much every lap so far. Once they've crossed, but...
Oh yeah, what we're seeing here is Clash of the Titans, basically. All these top 3 races, I mean, everybody here, like in the top 10, they are very experienced and have great pace. But Steven's hungry for the win today. He is done with Paulo dominating the season, even though he hasn't actually dominated the season. He's been consistently well in leading the championship.
We see Steven punch his steering wheel. It looks like he made a micro mistake there, which is why the gap just grew there.
Yeah, the gap grew a little bit, but all 3 racers keeping their head down. He knows he has the pace to catch right back up, and I know Sergey knows he has the pace. I think Sergey's going to play this very patiently and smart. He's going to just tail Steven and let the fight erupt to get a better
looks like Sebastian
opportunity.
lost a spot to the person behind him.
David making his work. David knows that this is chess, not checkers, and David's really good at chess. Don't ask me how I know. I will say, I think I've beaten David at chess twice out of at least, 50 games now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And then I believe David is a race winner.
Oh, yeah,
this
David
season.
is a race winner.
He's a race winner this season, right? I think he won pretty early on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with some really crazy high IQ plays. You can check out the high IQ video if you want to see David's dominance in that final race.
But here we can see the gap. The top three have built a 5-second gap to Spencer, who's currently in fourth.
It looks like Steven's just pushing Paulo because he's aware of the Sergey that's behind him. He doesn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, Steven's playing the long game. Steven's scoping out Paulo and really piling the pressure, just bump drafting him, building up a good gap to Sergey behind, who just has to push to keep up. And yeah, really, really patient and really smart by Steven. He knows he has a golden opportunity to win this race, but he doesn't want to make the move prematurely, because that'll just jeopardize him. He wants to make it stick, and they're in their own field right now. This is a three-way battle for the lead. I'm looking out at the rest of the field.
The sun comes piercing down. Clouds just gave way, and now there's going to be a lot of heat on the track right now.
Oh yeah, warm that track up, get better grip on the tires. Tires. I can talk, I promise.
And now it's officially a three-way
Steven
battle, and
got ahead.
Steven fell.
The sun shined and allowed me to perceive that Steven is now leading the race.
He snuck by at some point in the sequence of corners, I
I didn't even
guess.
see the pass. That was
I was literally tracking them the whole time.
the Magic Man. What is this?
But now Sergey's right on Paulo. Gonna be diving up on the inside, pushing Paulo. But he gives him the room.
Yeah, Paulo has to defend against Sergey. And this is going to let Steven get away with it. Steven does have a GoPro on his helmet. He does regularly post his YouTube videos. And he does comment on our videos. You could go watch this race from his POV, probably, when he uploads it.
Yeah, see how he got that magic pass done.
Yeah, because I missed it. Speaking of magic passes, shout-outs to Ethan, who is now in fourth. Or fifth, actually. No, he's in fourth. He got past Scott and Spencer somehow in that big squabble. While we were focused on the lead, Ethan's been making work.
And it looks like at some point Sebastian did get past David, and Sebastian's now on the outside of Scott, trying to hold him narrow through there. Gonna keep it too wide, going into roller coaster.
Sebastian got spun. There was no room for him there. He dipped the tire on the curb. And that is really unfortunate for Sebastian. He was fighting a bit too hard because David was there and he just had nowhere to go. And he got spun. Really unfortunate. Fighting in a roller coaster like that is very risky.
Yeah.
And he thought he could make the move. But if it was just Sebastian and Scott, that probably would have worked. But David was in there, opportunistic, because when you're fighting with someone, as we see Paulo and Sergey fighting, you both get slowed down, and that allowed David to catch up, make it 3 wide, and that was really unfortunate. Wrong place and wrong time for Sebastian.
Yeah, it really narrows up on the edge of roller coaster there. I saw that he was too wide there, and we've seen that before with Steven, actually, who was too wide with Paulo early in the race, but he backed out going into roller coaster, because if you try to go too wide in roller coaster, that is just pretty much a guarantee of what's going to happen because of how much it gets narrow at that going into it from this direction.
So I think Paulo's on the defensive today. Steven, as we can see, is getting away with it. Steven's coming down the front straight. And Paulo now on the defensive, defending against Sergey. Now it's Sergey's turn to be the victim of a cork in the bottle. Sergey goes down that side. Paulo defends deep on the inside. They're not full wet conditions, but this does force Sergey to take an awkward line. Really good car placement from Paulo. Brilliant defending, but how long can he hold it? Because we know Sergey has the pace and the experience to really bring the fight to Paulo. This is a battle for second place as Steven gets away with it. Let me pull up that gap really quick. Yeah, Steven has already built almost a 3-second gap. So this is all to play for, and all this fighting is actually going to let Ethan slowly but surely catch up to them.
With Spencer right behind.
And we are in the middle stages of the race. We still have a decent amount of race left.
And it looks like David did get past Scott here.
We're starting to enter the closing stages, however. You got to really pick up the pace. Things are settling in. Unfortunate update for Scott, the Rainmeister. He dropped back to the squabble, got passed by David. If the rain started raining like the forecast said, it'd be a different story. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, track started off wet, but with how often the sun's been coming out, it's been drying up real quick. We're seeing full dry racing pretty much here.
Side by side into turn one. Paulo on the inside, Sergey on the outside. They both turn in. They're both not giving each other any quarter whatsoever. Brilliant defending from Paulo. He knows where that grip is. He knows just how hard he can push the cart in turn one and keeps it just ahead. Closes the door on Sergey, who insists on going the inside of turn three. Can he make it? He makes it! He makes the move, but does he have the momentum?
He does. It's a clean overtake. Well, there's a little bit of bumping in there, but it's about as clean as you can make it with a lunge like that. And yeah,
and
textbook.
Somehow Ethan has caught up. Ethan is now on the heels of Paulo fighting. He's going to try to get that podium position. If I was Ethan, I would go for it.
And then Sergey, after getting past, is already building up a huge gap.
Yeah, it looks like Paulo doesn't quite have the pace today, which is unfortunate for Paulo. But he has the experience. Let's see if Ethan can get past our championship leader. Ethan isn't as experienced as Paulo, but don't write him off. He is experienced and he knows what he's doing out here. There's a reason Ethan's usually a finalist. Here we see Steven come down the front straight to take the white flag. It's the final lap. You gotta make it count, Ethan. Ethan puts it on the outside. Can he make the same moves that Sergey did? We're about to find out. Ethan takes that middle line, trying to keep as much momentum. Paulo almost runs him out, closes the door, and defends. Brilliant defending from Paulo, keeping that door closed tight. Ethan takes the outside of turn three. Paulo defends the inside. Can Ethan get a good exit out of turn three? Because Paulo had to take a defensive line.
Here he comes with the undercut.
Goes for the inside line. He keeps his foot in the door. Is Ethan's golden opportunity? He's got to make it into turn four. Can he break later? Almost looks like it. Paulo has to get the inside. Paulo keeps his foot in the door and maintains his position in third place. This is a battle for the last podium spot with a championship leader. Ethan still badgering, fighting really hard, and all this fighting's letting Spencer catch up. But they go single file down into bus stop through top of the world, and we're not going to have too many opportunities as Ethan slips by unceremoniously and almost gets sideswiped.
Oh, someone's way off the track there. Flying out. Someone spun out right there. Flying back on, bumps the barrier. But Steven, after his racing, after leading, after getting past Paulo, keeping it clean, crosses the line, claiming first place for the sixth race of the summer season. Sergey claims second.
And
Ethan takes third from Paulo and gets that spot on the podium. Paulo fourth. And Spencer fifth. And then everyone lines up behind him. And Sebastian, after starting near last, doesn't claim as high of a spot as he was hoping to after that mistaken roller coaster, after the track not being wide enough for him. Still has a great finishing position, claims so many positions, great duels, great battles all across for the sixth race. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you at the podium.
Foremost, thank you guys all for coming out today. I think this is round 5 or 6 of the season, so a little over halfway. We're going to start off with third place. Actually, we're going to start off with fastest lap for today. Best lap time out there with a 79.153 at the end of the day. Now coming in third place, got down to a 79.211 in main, finishing 7.84 off the leader, Ethan Acosta. Woo! Coming in second place out there with the best lap time of a 79.538, finishing 5.420 off the lead. We got Sergey Kavastov. And taking that top spot with the best lap time of a 79.206, 5.4 second lead at the final. First place, Stephen Barrett.
Yeah, Steven.
I figured.
I think it was 2019.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.